I am currently on Harmony of the Seas, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. We've been out of operation since the 15th of March. We are pretty much isolated from the rest of the world. We are in the coast of Florida. We go to Port Canaveral to obtain items such as ground provision, water, etc. Things to keep us sailing and to take care of the fellow crew members. I am not a part of the operation. I have been out of the work environment since the 15th of March. We've been in quarantine. We are temperature checked twice a day, morning and evening. We were isolated for 3 weeks. Everyone to stay in their room. They come to our rooms, deliver water to us. We get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It may not be what people want because we're from different nationality, and Royal Caribbean employs over 70 different nationality. Could be way more than that, but for sure. So it would be difficult trying to please everyone with what they would like to eat. What I know for sure is most of us would really like to go home because there is no need for us on board. And I have to commend Royal Caribbean as far as we can understand from our end, they're trying to get us home. They have done a great deal of communicating with us from what we know so far and with what they're telling us. So we have to go on what we hear. Now, the complicated part is not hearing from our government any clear indication of what will happen. And we see actions taken when it looks like the government is under pressure. I have been in the media different times before. I try to reach out. I voice my opinion on behalf of other fellow Jamaicans and myself because I'd rather to be home than being on a ship. And I have been here for more than 1 month. That is more stress than any human being can bear without feeling guilty in their self of paying a price for anything less than a crime. Now we feel like we are being sentenced to what we don't know. There is no clear vision on anything. I listen to the radio every day. I'm always on RJR listening to see if I can get update. Right? I hear nothing. Neither from the Minister of Foreign Affairs or the Prime Minister addressing us directly saying this is the step we're taking. Instead, we only hear that we are working on it, and that is not acceptable under the MLC law. They may think that we're all here and we are not as educated as they are, but there's some level of the law that we know and we have access to it. The part that we don't know, you can share it with us and enlighten us where it says that we're supposed to be rejected by our native country, where we're from, our origin, our place of birth, our home, our family. And to say more about that, Royal Caribbean give us a weekly update telling us what they're trying to do, and there is no communication from our government saying what is happening. There is no clear information to us about anything that's going to happen. There is no promise. The only advice we get is one we won't accept. When I think, if I'm not saying it well, better I say it this way. A member of parliament, whether it's Minister of Affairs, I'm not sure if that's her position, when she made the statement saying we should stay where we are, but not in English. She thinks she's doing us a favor because she thinks we're illiterate, tan we on a day, and that's not acceptable. You cannot be Minister of Affairs and you're addressing a international media, and that is the way you come across with your statement by trying to tell us Tanwe ono de. I do not accept that. We do not accept that. And I think you need to step back and look into yourself and realize the position that you have and your responsibility. I want to say this clear. We did not ask any favor of the government. We asked to reconsider. We plead. The Prime Minister of Jamaica does not owe us anything. Neither do we of that country owe the Member of Parliament anything. We are taxpayers. We are a member of the law. We should not feel like we are incarcerated for crime and doing time. And that is how we feel. I have fellow Jamaicans here who cannot handle the stress anymore because it's overburdened. I don't know how long they can take it. They gave us a break, I think 2 days ago. They allow us to go out and walk and get some fresh air. We feel so trapped. You still have Jamaicans who did not come out. It's just like raising a pigeon from birth, and when you open the cage, he's not accustomed to freedom and he stays inside the cage. That is how we feel. We open the door sometimes and we just don't feel like we want to go out because when we look, we cannot see Jamaica. And that is all we want. We are not asking for any favor because under the MLC law, if the Member of Parliament doesn't know, we want to advise them to go and take a look at it because it clearly states that the cruise line is responsible to get us home. If not, the country that the cruise line is in should get us home as long as they're under the MLC law, and our country of origin is responsible to get us home if either of those opportunities fail to do so. And it hasn't happened. Our company that we work for, they keep on telling us they're working diligently to get us home. We are hearing from them. We're not hearing from our Prime Minister. I think he should be giving us an update daily saying what is happening. And this is way too long for us to be bearing this pressure as taxpayers, as national persons with families. We want to go home and be with them because I know you guys of Member of the Parliament, you all have your wives and husbands with you and you're all lying down in bed together. How can you sleep like that knowing that you leave people stranded? That's the reason why they vote and put you guys in power. You should know that the people put you where you are. You did not put yourself there. You're there to lead and you're not doing an efficient job in this pandemic time. We are asking you to relook at what you're doing. Do not penalize the cruise line for us to stay out here. Please do not play politics with our lives because we are weary. Don't wait until you hear that someone passed away. We lost a few lives because they're stressed out and they can't hold it together. Then you start looking at things. Each life matters. Please, the Jamaican government, you need to reconsider what you're doing. Let the people come first. You are there to lead. Lead by the law. Do the right thing. Make the right decisions because these are not the right decisions. We realized that we had deportation happening in Jamaica. Fair. They're Jamaicans and they should be home just as well as we. We are here on the ship. If you want and you don't have the facility to check us, the ship can do the testing if you need assistance with that. So if we do the testing and you get the result saying that, okay, these Jamaicans, they are tested and they're clear, then it's your decision now to quarantine in a facility that you have or you want to quarantine us at home. We are not complaining. We just want to get home. And we feel dissatisfied. We don't like some of the statements you make saying that your border is not on wholesale. No member of parliament owns Jamaica. It is not for you to own. It is not for you to claim territory. It is for you to do a justified job and an honest job to the people. I do not know what harm we could have done to the Jamaican island, why we feel like we are refugees at a border that's been rejected and we are not welcome. We are not immigrant. And if our place of birth is not corrected, then someone in Jamaica has lied to us, because that's the only place I know. I never care to travel. I am not a fan of any other foreign country, and the only island I brag about in my daily work is Jamaica. And now I am ashamed to say that I am Jamaican, because it's embarrassing knowing that I'm rejected by my government. I just cannot understand what is this, what's the politics behind this, why you guys playing Peter Pat with our lives. We don't deserve this kind of treatment. We don't want this to stay until we need psychiatrical help. We don't need any psychiatrist to come and say this guy is mentally ill. We want to go home while we are healthy, while we are okay, while we are in sound mind. Because I am telling you, I don't know how long we can hold this together. Stop penalizing us. Stop playing politics with our lives. Please, you got your family with you. We want to be with ours just the same. There is no reason for us to be here at this time while the company is trying to get us home. And we would like some clarity on what is happening. Why is it taking so long? It didn't take this much time for the border to close, but it's taking that much time for it to open. Before you got over 200 cases, you've been refusing us since you have under 30 tested cases positive for COVID-19. You've been refusing us then. Now it's grown all the way. I'm not sure if it's at 300 yet, but it will keep on going up, and we're still here. What have we done to the country? Who tell anyone in Jamaica that we have coronavirus? Who said that we are positive of anything? What is the proof of saying crew members or other Jamaicans abroad are sick? This is not fair. Who are you protecting? You should not be choosing majority over minority. You should be choosing against national. That's what you should be doing. Jamaica first. That's how it's supposed to go. But you guys are playing politics with our lives, and we want to go home, and we are ready to go home. Please, we're saying this to you. We want to go home, and people are frustrated. We are in foreign countries, and for me, all I've been seeing for months is water. I am tired of seeing the ocean. I am stressed out. I want to see home, and that's where I want to go.